Hi, and welcome to At Home Art Lessons with the Art Groupies, where we develop great art habits. We're going to be working with this guy, Observant Owen. We're going to be like that little ant that walks across a piece of art and notices everything. We're going to be inspired by and notice everything that Ken Brown has drawn in this beautiful story called The Scarecrow's Hat. He was both the illustrator and the writer. The Scarecrow's Hat by Ken Brown. "That's a nice hat," said Chicken to Scarecrow. "Yes, it is," replied Scarecrow. "But I'd rather have a walking stick. I've been standing here for years now, and my arms are so tired. I'd love a walking stick to lean on. I'd swap my hat for a walking stick any day." Now, Chicken didn't have a walking stick, but she knew someone who did. "That's a nice walking stick," said Chicken to Badger. "Yes, it is," replied Badger, "but I'd rather have a piece of ribbon. It gets hot and stuffy underground, and so I prop my door open with my stick, but I'm always tripping over it. If I had a ribbon, I could tie the door open. I'd swap my walking stick for a ribbon any day." Now, Chicken didn't have a ribbon, but she knew someone who did. Again, being like Observant Owen and noticing all the beautiful detail and artwork in this awesome illustration. "That's a nice ribbon," said Chicken to Crow. "Yes, it is," said Crow, "but I'd rather have some wool. My nest is on this high stone ledge, and it's very hard to sit on. I'd love some warm, soft wool to line it with. I'd swap this ribbon for some wool any day." Now, Chicken didn't have any wool, but she knew someone who did. "That's a nice wool coat," said Chicken to Sheep. "Yes, it is," replied Sheep, "but I'd rather have a pair of glasses. I have to keep a lookout for the wolf, and my eyes are not as good as they used to be. I'd really need a pair of glasses. I'd swap some of my wool for a pair of glasses any day." Now, Chicken didn't have a pair of glasses, but she knew someone who did. "That's a nice pair of glasses," said Chicken to Owl. "Yes, it is," said Owl. "My old ones broke, so I had to get a new pair. But I'd rather have a blanket. The sun streams through my window and keeps me awake all day, which wouldn't matter if I had a good thick blanket to sleep under. I'd swap my glasses for a blanket any day." Now, Chicken didn't have a blanket, but she knew someone who did. "That's a nice blanket," said Chicken to Donkey. "Yes, it is," replied Donkey, "but I'd rather have a few feathers. The flies drive me crazy, buzzing around my ears. My tail isn't quite long enough to flick them away, but if I had some feathers, long feathers, tied to the end of it, I could swap them easily. I'd swap my blanket for a few long feathers any day." Quick as a flash, Chicken pulled out 1, 2, 3 of her longest feathers and tied them to Donkey's tail. Donkey was delighted and true to his word, swapped his blanket for the feathers. Chicken took the blanket to Owl, who swapped it for his glasses, the old ones, of course. She took the glasses to Sheep, who swapped them for her wool. She took the wool to Crow, who swapped it for her ribbon. She took the ribbon to Badger, who swapped it for his walking stick. Finally, she took the walking stick to Scarecrow. With a grateful sigh of relief, he leaned his tired old arms on the stick and gladly swapped it for his battered old hat. Chicken took that hat and filled it with fresh, sweet-smelling straw. "That's a nice nest," said Duck. "Yes, it is," said Chicken, "and I wouldn't swap it for anything." Whew. A beautifully illustrated story by Ken Brown. Thanks for joining me. The Scarecrow and his hat.